of the Montreal Metro. This was initially built in '66 and it spread out to several different lines. We're at the Bonaventure Station, which serves Gare Centrale. Here comes an MPM-10 Azur, heading for Montmorency. These are built by a consortium of Bombardier and Alstom. All the announcements here are in French. Wow, those things sound cool starting up. Rubber tire traction. Oh, here comes one in the opposite direction, heading for Oyster Bay 2. What are they, Firestones, Michelins? As smooth as silk. This is built under the, under the design of the Paris Metro. They still have some of the MR-73's running around on the system. They run on other lines. We hope to see some. What's interesting about the Montreal Metro is that every station looks different. It was designed by a different artist. And all of these stations are underground. Well, good idea considering the nasty winter climate this city gets. Here's another Montmorency-bound train. That's in Laval. Things really fly. Azur, that's another name for elevator. Sortie means exit. Again, more Long Island French. Here comes another Azur set for Oyster Bay 2. Comes another Montmorency-bound train. I love these cars. They're smooth as silk sounding. Listen to the door chime before they close. It's a 3-tone chime. Doo-doo-doo. Some of the older cars sounded like that when they started. Doo-doo-doo. Here's the thundering approach of another Côte d'Ivoire bound train. Very frequent. One of the MR-73's. Equipment move of some kind. Those things were delivered here in the 1970s.
Not anymore.
Oh, it's still here.
It's still there. They're not running it though.
We're at a major transfer station now. Berry UQAM, UQAM. Used to be called Berry de Montigny. Berry de Montigny. You can transfer to the green line here. Note the design of the station is drastically different from Bonaventure. We're downstairs at Berry UQAM. The green line stops here. Going east, it goes to Honoré Beaugrand or Honoré Beaugrand. Going the other way, it goes to Parc Angrignon or Parc Angrignon. There's also the yellow line that starts out of here, heading over the St. Lawrence River, or under it, I should say, to Longueuil. Used to call it Longueuil. My apologies to the locals for hearing this horrendous version of French, but this is how I used to read it before I had any comprehension of the French language. Notice the fancy artwork here. We're going to have a meet here at Berry. Here's a train for Parc Angrignon. Parc Angrignon is probably one of the prettiest parks you'll see in Montreal. And approaching is a train for Honoré Beaugrand. Notice the little italic pointing upward. They call that an accent aigu. The downward sloping one is accent grave. It seems the trains on the green line are scheduled to meet here. This is the second one in a row. A couple of Azur trains. Sounds like we got an angry on train first. And here comes an on-a-day Programme train. As you can see, this system does a brisk business.
Prochaine station, Mont-Royal. Prochaine station, Laurier.
The uninitiated, prochain means next. We're at Rosemont on the Orange Line. The station looks different yet again. It's kind of plain, actually. Station is Rosemont, not to be confused with SEPTA's Rosemont station in Philadelphia. I think they pronounce it Rosemont. Like a monster in the darkness, here comes another one of those Azurs, bound for Côte Vertu, coming into Rosemont. It's weird to see these trains coming without headlights. This train originates at Montmorency in Laval. Famous hockey player was born there, Mike Bossy. Mike Bossy played for my New York Islanders, the greatest hockey team in New York. We're at the next station up the line at Beaubien. Station is kind of dimly lit. The name implies positive things. Beaubien, bien meaning good. I used to call it Beaubien. Oh boy. As my brother looks intriguingly on at these magnificent machines, here comes a train headed for Côte Vertu. my brother lives just a little ways down the road in Plattsburgh, New York, so I came up for a little visit. And whenever I do, we always make a point of coming up here. And the new REM added a lot of extra spice to the trip. Oh, heading towards Côte Vertu, this looks like something different. This might be some of the older cars, because it has headlights. The MR-73's. Those are the classics on this system. Got a little horn salute there. All right, our last station we'll visit on the Orange Line is Jean Talon. You can connect to the Blue Line here, or as they say locally, correspondance avec ligne bleue. Again, sorry for my Long Island French. That means exit to the Blue Line. Okay, we're now on the Blue Line at Jean Talon. Explore this line more intensely since it's got the older equipment on the Metro system, the MR-73's. Oh, here comes a Snowden-bound Metro with the older equipment. Now on these cars, remember how I described the door chimes? Doo-doo-doo. When these start up, that's the sound they make in their traction motors. They look very similar to the first order delivered in the 60s when the system opened. Had the pleasure of riding on those many times. Stopped a long time here. Yeah, listen, hear that? Cars are rather quiet compared to the Azurs. I should add that Montreal's not immune to the flakes. I was sitting over there and a girl came up and picked up a bottle that was underneath my seat and threw it against the wall on the left. Somebody's having a bad day. Okay, we'll hop on this one, take a ride on these dinosaurs. You can see the intersection or correspondence here at Jean Talon. Years ago, I used to catch buses out of here to go to Cherry Park and see the Montreal Expos, or Parc Chatty. The interiors of these are rather plain compared to the Azurs. Park station. You heard the tones on those, the door chimes on the traction motors. Doo-doo-doo. Everybody in Montreal knows how to sing those three notes. Yeah, the blue line doesn't seem to be quite as frequent as the other lines I've seen today, but this station looks kind of interesting. The blue line trains are short, there are only 6 cars, but you got the oldest of the oldest running on this line. And here comes a Saint Michel bound train. It's good to see these things still earning their keep. Again, listen to those chimes and the traction motors. Doo-doo-doo. Most famous music in Montreal. We have a Snowden-bound train coming in. Listen to those tones once again. That thunder I hear in the distance is a Saint Michel bound train. Now at the Edouard Montpetit station on the blue line. You'll be able to connect to the REM later on. They have to build through here. Here comes a Saint Michel bound train. You can hear these things a long way off coming. Like I said, these are all underground stops. They don't see the light of day generally, but there are a few stations that have windows in them. I think their garages have some outside light shining in on them. That's where they store the equipment. But you can't see it. Here it comes. students. That's definitely an octave. I believe it's a diminished chord. Da, 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 do, do, da, 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 da. Yeah, we'll hop on this and go to the next station on this line. I'm going to be singing those notes in my sleep tonight. Train at a very important stop on this line. Université de Montréal, University of Montreal. It's the most important French-speaking college in town. And it's kind of an attractive looking station, as this college would definitely warrant. This competes with McGill University, which is the largest English-speaking college in Montreal. We'll visit that station later also, before we end our tour. Well, here comes a Saint Michel train coming in. We'll see him arrive and depart and dive out of this station heading east. Goes down a steep grade here. That low-pitched hum when those trains come and go. They sound like huge blue monsters. Here comes a snowbound train. Listen to that thing. He's still kind of far away. He's going to climb up out of the darkness and come into the station. That sound. Another Saint Michel train here. Station we'll visit is Snowden. This is the western terminus of the trains. We'll catch a train starting on his run east. Well, we're back on the orange line. We're going to be boarding a train headed from Montmorency. And you see correspondence. This is a connecting point between lines, the blue line and the orange line. Sortie. Sortie means exit. Well, we boarded that train at Snowden on the orange line, and we got off at this stop, Vendôme. It's kind of nice looking station. Nice lighting. I love those Azur cars. They're chic and sleek, worthy of the city. Here on the east end of the platform at Vendôme, this is really a cool spot. You got trains coming west out of the steep grade here around the curve, climbing the ladder. All right, a draft is increasing, meaning we have an orange line westbound coming in for Côte Vertu. Get to see him climbing up the steep grade and roaring around the curve into the station. What a great spot it is to get trains here. These cars too. They move with authority on this system. Train arriving from Montmorency. Heading for Côte Vertu. Any angle, these cars look and sound fantastic. Love the color on them. we just got off that Orange Line train at, I know I'm going to crucify the name of this station. Lionel Groux? I don't know. Lionel Groux. And transferred to the Green Line here. Correspondance avec ligne verte. We transferred over to the Green Line side of this station. And I think an Honore Beaugrand train is approaching. Climbing the grade into the stop. Train we got on at Lionel Groux. Got off here at Peel. That's an easy station to pronounce. P-E-L. Always got a kick out of the design of this station with its dots, colorful spectrum of dots. We have a coach Vertu bound train arriving at Peel. Comes an Honore Beaugrand train arriving at Peel. A Côte Vertu train. He just started up out of McGill, the next station east, which is very close. These cars have open gangways in them. Very important stop now, McGill, where McGill University is. Very important stop, McGill University is nearby. That's the most important English-speaking college in town. Got a lot of department stores like the Eaton and the Bay, Hudson Bay Company, otherwise known as La Bay. This will be our last stop on our little tour of the Montreal Metro. It's a great system, beautiful stations, beautiful equipment. There it is, La Bay, otherwise known as the Bay. The Hudson Bay Company is a long-time Canadian fur trading company. Seems to be a meeting point, McGill. Folks, that concludes our little tour of the Montreal Metro, one of the greatest metro or subway systems in North America.